Well, hello everyone. Welcome. That was an easier start than yesterday. Welcome everyone. Um, as you know, or if you're new here, my name is Carolyn Chebaro. And my goal in this series of videos is to help you and inspire you to live a simple life. And what I have done is I've taken all your questions, and each day I'm going to answer one of your questions. So you give me the question, and I'll give you the answer. And if you have any, just put it in the comment box below, and I will most certainly answer your question. Today's topic is what to do with heirlooms, because we all have them. But before I start, I have created a PDF for you, and it is how to jumpstart your simple life. And it's got all these questions that I'm asking you or answering for you. There's about 9 of them. Of course, there's so many more, but these are the most popular ones. And so I've given you the question and I've given you the answer. There's also like a little guide and cheat sheet for you so that you can start your journey as well on living a simple life. So the link for that should be below. If you have any problems downloading it, please let me know, because if I don't know, I can't fix it. So hello everyone. Hi. And as you come in, I would love to know where you are, because this makes me feel like part of the whole. So welcome everyone. So as I said, the topic of this of today's episode is what to do with heirlooms. And as I see it, heirlooms they have two different categories. One is our heirlooms that you were passed down from a family member who's no longer with us, or they're heirlooms, they're items that were given to you by somebody who they're an heirloom, but it's somebody actually is physically on the planet has given to you. God, that sounds awful, but you know what I mean. It's either something that was left to you by somebody who's no longer here, or somebody who is here and is left them to, or is given them to you. So you could sort of say that they're gifts as well. But we're just going to talk about heirlooms today. So I think the best way for me to go down this story with you is to tell you a story, and then we'll work on it together. But here's the thing: if you've watched my YouTube channel, you will know that I was a caregiver. And if, by the way, commercial break, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate it. But for several years, I was a caregiver, and so many lessons were learned there. But at the end of the day, when I was no longer a caregiver, I had all this stuff around me, and I was a caregiver in my home. So I had all this stuff around me, and I thought, well, okay, so now what am I going to do with all this stuff? All these items that there was just so many of them, and I just needed to clear out my head. So I decided to start small, as I said yesterday, start small, and I went very slowly. And I just went to what was like a china cabinet, and it had all these uh, crystal glasses. Ones from my grandmother used them, and maybe even before that. And they were, I don't know, 50 or 60 years old. They were really old. But I looked at those glasses and I thought, that's where I'm going to start. And what I've discovered to do as I started to clean out and started to go through things, there were 3 questions that I asked myself. And the first one was, well, does it have a purpose? And the second one was, will I use it? Which is similar but different. And then the third question that I asked myself, well, do I even really like this thing? And I suppose you could take it a step further. Do you like the person that gave you the item or left you the item? So that was what I did with this china cabinet. And I discovered that no, I don't like these things. Will I use them? Probably not. And well, there will be a purpose for them. Aside from collecting dust, not a lot. So I thought, okay, I'm going to pass them forward, pay them forward to somebody else. And I just took them to a local charity shop where somebody is getting use out of them, because that to me was more important than just sitting there and looking at them and they were doing nothing. And the thing is that these items are just items. And in me giving those things away, and you paying it for and giving it to somebody else, it does not remove the memory that you have of those items. For example, I mean, those glasses, I remember those glasses being used and clinked in my grandparents' 50-year wedding anniversary. Well, the fact that those items aren't in my home, does that eliminate that memory? No, by no means. It just removes the space, it clears the space so that I can remember them. And so that's something you really have to think about, is you can never ever remove the memory. And that's something that I would always have in your mind. Now let me just look at my notes. Yeah, I think, yeah. Another case in point is crystal that was left here. And so when I got to it eventually, I thought, now, do I want to use this crystal? Is there a purpose for it? Will I use it? Do I like it? And the answer was yes. And I'm all for using things that are around me. And I brought two things to show you. This crystal bowl, I'm sure it was not designed to hold, oops, I'm sure it was not designed to hold these votive candles. Got that for sure. But that's what I use. And I put this on my coffee table, and I use them every night, and it serves a purpose. And I like it, even if it does collect dust. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see a lot of pictures of me with taking flowers, because I like flowers. And so I have used this. I use this vase, and I have this, and I have a large one to hold my flowers that I get every week, every 10 days. So it has a purpose, and I use them, and it makes me feel good. And so same heirlooms, but used in two different ways with two different mindsets. I think the problem with heirlooms is that, you're afraid that you're going to forget that person who gave it to you, but we've talked about that, and you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings if they're still on the planet. But that's another conversation. But just be aware of that. Don't keep things in your house that you don't love. Surround yourself with things that you love, and you'll open up the air, so to speak, and you'll remove the clutter. And then what'll happen is you really, really appreciate everything that you have. This glass and this crystal bowl, I like it. And so that's what I would suggest for you. And that's a wrap. But before I go, I would love your thoughts on this. Hello, Maine. Please converse with each other. I'm so delighted that you're doing this. But that's my answer today to this question on what do you do with heirlooms, because it can be overwhelming, especially if you've got a large family. Don't forget to click on this link below on how to jumpstart your simple life. This I put together because it will help you. It'll trigger some thoughts in your mind. And once again, if you have any questions, please put them in the comment box below, and I will absolutely answer the questions that you pose to me. And that is a wrap. I wish everyone a good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in this world. And stay well and stay safe. And I will see you tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Toodles.